So, March 26th. I mean, on the surface, it's just another day on the calendar, right? But it holds this incredible secret. It's like a secret thread that connects some of the most fascinating, brilliant minds who ever lived.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it. On this one date, across totally different centuries from completely different parts of the world, these incredible thinkers totally changed the world we live in. And today, we're going to meet them one by one.
All right, our first story, it's going to take us way back to a time of huge sailing ships and sprawling empires. We're going to meet a man who was part scholar, part explorer, and, well, to some people, he was a magician.
I mean, seriously, think about this. Today, we just pull out our phones and boom, GPS tells us where we are. But imagine crossing thousands of miles of empty ocean with nothing, no landmarks, hundreds of years ago. How in the world did they find their way?
Well, the answer, believe it or not, takes us right back to our date, March 26th, 1609 to be exact, and to the story of this really remarkable Englishman named John Dee.
So John Dee, he wasn't just some dusty academic, you know? He was actually a consultant for one of the biggest exploration companies of his day. He was the guy who made the crucial nautical charts, the maps that let ships navigate the super dangerous polar regions. And get this, before they sailed, he would personally teach the crews the geometry and cosmography they needed to survive. Basically, how to use the stars to figure out where they were. So here's the kicker. Every single time you use your GPS, you're relying on the exact same fundamental principles that Dee was teaching those sailors. He was literally laying the groundwork for all modern navigation.
And this quote, wow, it just perfectly captures his passion, doesn't it? For John Dee, math wasn't just about crunching numbers. It was this ravishing persuasion, like a beautiful, pure, ancient tool for understanding the universe. He really saw it as the ultimate language of exploration.
Okay, so let's jump forward on our timeline and see where this thread leads next. We're sticking with the same date, March 26th, but now we're leaping forward more than 300 years.
Our next person, honestly, he could not be more different from John Dee. This guy had no home, almost no possessions to his name, and pretty much lived out of a suitcase. He was, in every sense of the word, the ultimate mathematical wanderer.
Just try to picture this for a second. What if you didn't have a job in the way we think of it? What if your entire life's work was just traveling, hopping from university to university, country to country, all for one reason, to team up with other math whizzes and crack the toughest puzzles you could find?
Well, that's pretty much the life story that brings us to March 26, 1913, and the birth of the one, the only, Paul Erdős.
Yeah, this really gets to the heart of what made him so special. He wasn't about building these massive, complicated theories. Nope. He was one of history's greatest problem solvers. He saw math as this giant playground full of puzzles, especially in things like number theory, finding secret patterns in prime numbers, or graph theory, which is all about how things connect in networks. And what he wanted most were proofs that were just simple, beautiful, and elegant. The kind of proof that gives you that aha moment,
And this quote was basically his life's motto. The man was just completely, relentlessly devoted to math. We're talking 19-hour days, fueled by endless cups of coffee, collaborating with hundreds and hundreds of people. His entire life was just this incredible monument to pure, passionate curiosity.
Okay, so now we've got the navigator and the wanderer. We're sticking with March 26th, but we're headed to a completely different country, and an idea that was, if you can believe it, even more rebellious. Our last story kicks off just a few years later.
So, we've gone from the age of exploration to the world of pure math, and now we're landing somewhere totally different, the world of science fiction. And here, we're going to meet a woman who proved that sometimes just an idea can be a revolutionary act.
I mean, this sounds like the plot of a movie, right? Could a story, just a simple story, be so powerful, so dangerous, that a government would actually step in and ban it?
Well, it's not a movie plot. It actually happened. And it all goes back to, you guessed it, March 26, 1926, with the birth of a woman named Magdalena Mouján in Argentina.
So, check this out. Magdalena was a professor of mathematics, but she also had this whole other life as a celebrated science fiction writer. She wrote this absolutely brilliant story that used really sharp mathematical logic to explore a crazy time travel paradox. Basically, what happens to a culture's identity if people travel back in time to meet their own ancient ancestors? But here's where it gets wild. When she sent this story to a magazine in Spain, the government of General Franco banned it. Why? They claimed a story about the origins of the Basque people was a threat to the unity of Spain itself. Just think about that, the power of a story.
And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? That's what Magdalena proved. Her work showed that a simple story, when it's armed with the sharp logic of math and the power of pure imagination, could challenge the real world in some seriously profound ways.
All right, so let's pull all these incredible threads together. It's time to look at the hidden pattern that connects these three amazing lives.
And there they are. Three absolutely brilliant minds, separated by centuries, living completely different lives in different parts of the world, but all of them connected by this one single day, March 26th.
So you've got a navigator, charting the unknown seas, a wanderer, connecting a global network of thinkers, and a rebel who used math to write a story so powerful it was seen as a threat. I mean, what on earth could these three people possibly have in common? Well, this is it. This is the big idea. It didn't matter if they were looking at the chaos of the open ocean, or a ridiculously complex math problem, or the mind-bending paradoxes of time travel. They all looked at a messy, chaotic world and asked the exact same fundamental question. What's the pattern hiding in here? How does this all work?
And because they were brave enough to ask that question, our world is so much richer. We have navigation that connects our entire globe. We have collaborative networks that can solve problems that once seemed impossible. And we have stories that challenge us and push the boundaries